Today on Sports Card Investor, it's the top 10 hottest vintage cards. Cards of Hall of Famers and the GOATs that keep going up.
My name is Geoff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies. And at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to a special Sunday episode where we are talking about the vintage cards, the cards of those all-time great players that have been the hottest, the cards that have gone up the most in the last 3 months, and the vintage card market has been hot. Last Sunday, I did an episode where I compared the vintage card markets to the modern and ultra-modern card markets over the last year, and the data pretty clearly showed that if you had invested heavily in vintage cards a year ago, those cards would have outperformed modern or ultra-modern cards. I got a lot of great response to that episode and people asking me to do more content about vintage cards. So I said, why not dive in a little further today? And today we're going to look at what the hottest cards have been over the last 90 days. And I want to remind you that all of these cards that you're going to see in today's episode, plus tens of thousands of other older cards, are in the Sports Card Investor app. When most people think of Sports Card Investor and our app, you think of modern and ultra-modern cards, but we are adding more and more vintage cards every single day, and we have tens of thousands of older cards in the app now for you to look up sales history on and for you to see cards for sale. So if you don't have the Sports Card Investor app, go download it right now from the App Store on your phone. It's free. Just search for Sports Card Investor. And if you do have the Sports Card Investor app, spend some time going through the vintage cards in the app. You're gonna love what you find. Okay, are you ready to go? Let's talk about the hottest 10 vintage cards right now. In the number 10 spot, one of the all-time great outfielders, Roberto Clemente. You probably know the stories of the late, great Roberto Clemente. He was an absolute star, not just on the diamond, but off of the diamond too. And in fact, when he died tragically at age 38, it was while he was on a plane delivering aid to earthquake victims. He was an absolute star off the diamond, and his numbers on the diamond were incredible. He played in 15 All-Star games, won the National League MVP in 1966, finished his career with a .317 batting average, 240 home runs, reached 3,000 hits, over 1,300 RBIs as well. Incredible numbers, an incredible person, and his cards have been doing really, really well over the last few months. Here, I brought up his 1955 Topps rookie card. I've got it on the screen here in Market Movers in PSA 4 condition and in PSA 3 condition because there have been a number of both of these sales over the last 90 days on eBay. In PSA 4 condition, this card is up 9% over the last 90 days. In PSA 3 condition, it's up 42%. Now, not a ton of sales of this card overall, but you could have bought this card back in November in PSA 3 condition for about $2,500. And the most recent sale of this card was over $3,500 in PSA 3 condition. They've bounced around some, but the overall trend line on Roberto Clemente is strongly up and to the right. For the number 9 spot on the list, we're turning to football and going with perhaps the greatest running back of all time, Jim Brown. Jim Brown is absolutely regarded as a legendary player. The legendary fullback for the Cleveland Browns led the league in rushing, get this, for 8 out of the 9 seasons that he played. That is absolutely unbelievable. He's known as an incredible all-around athlete for his success, both in football as well as lacrosse at Syracuse University. Finished his career as a 3-time NFL MVP with over 12,000 rushing yards. Jim Brown's rookie card is from 1958 Topps. You can see that here on the screen, and I brought it up in a variety of conditions. We've got it in PSA 5, PSA 4. We've also got it in PSA 3, PSA 2, and PSA 1 condition. And for the most part, all of these have gone up. If we scroll down here to look at exactly what these cards are doing, we can see up 16%, up 22%. One of them's down 36%, but then the other two are up 11% and up 13%. So averaged all together, the trend line over the last 90 days on these Jim Brown rookie cards, regardless of condition, has been a very positive trend line on eBay. It is great to see these iconic Jim Brown rookie cards going up. In the number 8 spot, back to baseball for one of the best third basemen of all time and a Phillies legend, Mike Schmidt. Mike Schmidt is not only a great ball player, but also a very likable ball player, a 12-time All-Star and 3-time National League MVP, considered one of the all-time great sluggers, finishing with 548 home runs and almost 1,600 RBIs in his career. An incredible career that he had with Philadelphia. His card prices over the last 90 days, they've been pretty incredible too. We're looking here at his 1973 Topps rookie card, which is part of that rookie third baseman card from 1973 Topps. We've got it on the screen in PSA 8, PSA 7, and PSA 6 condition. All three of those have gone up. That PSA 8 card, of course, that's the most expensive of the three. That's up 32% over the last 90 days. That card right now is selling for right around $1,200. 30 days ago, there was a sale of that card for $900. The PSA 7 is about even over the last 30 days. The PSA 6 is up almost 38% over the last 90 days, over the last 90 days. That PSA 6 card was $217 and it is now $300. So a nice increase for Mike Schmidt. We're sticking with baseball for number 7 and going with an incredible slugger in the outfield for many, many years, Andre Dawson. Andre Dawson was a legend, a player who I collected many of his cards when I was young because I grew up in the era when Andre Dawson was going to the All-Star game every year, which he did, by the way, 8 times with the Expos and the Cubs. He, of course, is a Hall of Famer, elected in 2010, won the National League MVP in 1987, which was right in the prime of my collecting age when I was a kid. So I have a ton of his NL MVP cards. Finished his career with 438 home runs, almost 1,600 RBIs. Also, one of 8 Major League Baseball players with 300 home runs and 300 stolen bases during his career. And shout out to Hammer here on our Sports Card Investor team. Andre Dawson is Hammer's godfather. Pretty cool fact right there. Also pretty cool have been Andre Dawson's card prices. Let's take a look. This is his 1977 Topps Rookie Outfielders rookie card in PSA 8 condition, PSA 7 condition, PSA 6 condition. Guess what, guys? They're all going up. That PSA 8, that card is up 80% over the last 90 days. That was a card that was relatively affordable, $96 90 days ago. There were some sales of it all the way down at $87, another sale at $95 about 90 days ago. Most recent sale on that card has been up at $175. There have been other sales at $165, $150. So a very nice 80% increase over the last 90 days on this Andre Dawson rookie in PSA 8. And both the PSA 7 and the PSA 6 are also up over the last 90 days as well. So no matter what condition Andre Dawson rookie card you have, it's probably done pretty well here over the last few months. For the number 6 spot, let's go to a boxing card. The card of perhaps the greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali. Yes, his iconic 1979 Wiener Landes Limited Our Heroes World of Sport card. That is his card that many collectors and investors like to go after, and for good reason, because people love to buy Ali merchandise and they love to buy Ali cards. There's not a lot of them out there, but the ones that are out there, people love to go after because not only is Ali considered one of the greatest boxers of all time, he's also known for his philanthropy. He was named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated magazine back in 1999. And of course, you know, he had many, many iconic fights throughout the years against fighters such as Sonny Liston and Joe Frazier. And here is that 1979 card, the Our Heroes World of Sport card in PSA 9 condition on your screen. This card's bounced around quite a bit in price, but you can see if you go back 90 days ago, you could have bought it on eBay for around $140. There were actually sales of this card for as little as $90, but most recently, this card has sold for as much as $300. Between $200 and $300, a handful of different sales in that range. That is a nice 45% increase over the last 90 days. You got to think for the long term that owning anything Ali, probably a pretty good bet, and that's why collectors love this card. In the number 5 spot, we need a pitcher on this list, and we're gonna get one right now with Steve Carlton of the Philadelphia Phillies. Yes, the iconic pitcher known for winning 4 Cy Young Awards, as well as 2 World Series. That is quite the career for Steve Carlton. He was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1994, a 10-time All-Star, Triple Crown in 1972, 4,126 career strikeouts with a 329, 244 record and a 3.22 ERA. Absolutely incredible numbers by Steve Carlton. His cards, they've been incredible as well. Here's his 1965 rookie card, his Rookie Stars rookie in PSA 6, and PSA 5, and PSA 4, and in PSA 3 on the screen. The last 90 days have been very good to all of these cards. The PSA 6 of that card's up 68%. The PSA 5 is up 75%. The PSA 4 is up 13%, and the PSA 3 is up 9%. Let's look at that PSA 5. That was selling 90 days ago on eBay for as little as $125. There were other sales of that card for $135, $180, $175. Most recently, it sold for as much as $231. The most recent sale at $219 for that PSA 5 Steve Carlton. No matter which Steve Carlton you own, pretty good chance it has gone up in the last 90 days. So how are you guys liking this content so far? Are you enjoying us talking about vintage? If you are, do me a favor, give our channel a subscribe, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments below what you think about today's episode. All right, on with the list, and let's go to the next player in our countdown. Let's go back to football, and let's go with Joe Namath. Broadway Joe, one of the most iconic quarterbacks of all time. Now, you guys know Joe Namath is the former AFL and NFL quarterback known for his legendary career with the New York Jets. And of course, that legend was built around the New York Jets' victory in Super Bowl III over the Baltimore Colts. Namath went on to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1985, kind of has become a media icon since then, owning that name, Broadway Joe. And the card that we're gonna look at here is his winning card from the year of his Super Bowl victory, his 1969 Topps card, because that one is particularly appealing to football card investors who love the memory of the Jets winning that Super Bowl. And here it is on the screen. This is his 1969 Topps card in PSA 7, in PSA 6, in PSA 5, and in PSA 4 condition. All of them have a very nice upwards trajectory, upwards and to the right, over the course of the last 90 days. That PSA 7 card is up 11%. The PSA 6 is actually up 126%. And the PSA 5 is up 132%, with the PSA 4 being up 110%. Those are some serious increases. Let's see, that PSA 6 90 days ago was at $88, and most recent sale of that card was almost $200. It has been a nice 90-day stretch for Broadway Joe's football cards. In the number 3 spot, back to baseball for an iconic infielder and also somebody iconic in one of my favorite TV shows, Keith Hernandez. I prefer to think of him as the Seinfeld star, but many think of him as the iconic infielder for the New York Mets for so many years, and by the way, the Cardinals as well. He was a 5-time All-Star, won 11 consecutive Gold Glove awards, considered one of the best defensive first basemen of all time, also carved out a career as a successful commentator on Mets broadcasts. and his card prices have been successful as well. This is his 1975 Topps Rookie Infielders card in PSA 8 condition. Look at the trend line of that card over the last 90 days. That is an incredible rise in that graph. This card was $71 90 days ago, actually sold for as little as $42 on eBay just under 90 days ago in PSA 8 condition. Most recent sale of that card, $175. That is a 143% increase on Keith Hernandez's PSA 8 cards. An absolutely awesome run for the Seinfeld star. In the number 2 spot, a name you might not have been expecting, but his recent election to the Hall of Fame has caused his cards to skyrocket. Tony Oliva. Tony Oliva definitely deserves to be on this list because he was an awesome baseball player for 15 years with the Minnesota Twins, played outfield, also served in the designated hitter role, was considered one of the game's best hitters when he played, and he was an all-star for each of his first 8 seasons, a 3-time American League batting champion. And back in December, he was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He will be officially enshrined as part of the 2022 Hall of Fame class. That put him on the map for a lot of baseball card investors, and they have been rushing out and buying Tony Oliva cards. And when you see demand for a player's cards rise when supply is relatively short, you immediately see prices go up as a result, and that is exactly what we have seen here. This is Tony Oliva's 1963 Topps Rookie Stars PSA 6 condition on the screen, and you can see how this card has jumped over the course of the last 90 days. This was a card that you could have bought on eBay for around $200 90 days ago, a few sales in that range, but then it was announced he got into the Hall of Fame. There was an immediate jump in his card prices, and his cards have been pretty consistently up ever since that time. Most recent sale of this card, $449. That is a 112% increase for Tony Oliva's rookie card over the last 90 days. It is time for the number 1 vintage card from the last 90 days. But before I give it to you, let me tell you that all of the charts and graphs you're seeing in today's episode are from Market Movers. If you really want to dive deep to understand the price movements of sports cards and find good deals, then Market Movers is what you are going to want to get, and you can get instant access by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking on Market Movers in the main menu bar. In the number 1 spot today, we have another new Hall of Famer, Jim Cott. Jim Cott is known as an absolutely iconic player and now a great announcer, and recently was elected to the Hall of Fame class. He will be enshrined in 2022 as well. He's a former pitcher with a 25-year pitching career. Absolutely incredible career. A 3-time All-Star and a 16-time Gold Glove winner. He led the American League in wins with 25 and complete games with 19 in the year 1966. He also had 3 20-win seasons. And just like Tony Oliva, Jim Cott was elected in December, and you're gonna see him enshrined this year into the Hall of Fame. And also just like Tony Oliva, Jim Cott's cards have been going up as a result. In fact, his cards have been going up even more. Look at these graphs on your screen. This is Jim Cott's 1960 Topps rookie card in PSA 7 condition and in PSA 6 condition there. And both of these have really been moving up. In fact, that PSA 7 card is up 64% over the last 90 days, but that PSA 6 card is up 900% over the course of the last 90 days. Now, there was one kind of freakishly low sale of that card at only $25 if we go back 90 days ago. It was typically selling for more like around $100 90 days ago, but the most recent sale of that card is at $250. And there have been other sales of that card well above $200 as well. So that card has shot up in price no matter what price point you got in at. If you have one of Jim Cott's cards, it is probably quite a bit more valuable today than it was a couple of months ago. It has been an impressive run to the Hall of Fame and an impressive rise in card prices for Jim Cott. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to check out Market Movers by going to sportscardinvestor.com and clicking on Market Movers in the main menu bar, and download that free Sports Card Investor app in the App Store on your phone. You're gonna love it. Just search Sports Card Investor in the App Store. What did you think of the show today? Did you like us doing a vintage top 10 list? Let me know in the comments below, and stay tuned to this channel. We'll see you back in a couple of days with our next episode. Take care, everybody.